Assalamu alaikum. I'm Aisha Hajar from Amani Birth. So I want to talk to you today a little bit about some of the things that you learn in Amani classes and Amani workshops. We like to talk about the baby's position in the pelvis because there's definitely an optimal way for the baby to fit through the pelvis, and then ways that maybe is suboptimal or more difficult for the baby's birth. So the way that the baby is most optimally entering the pelvis is with the back of the head facing the front left of the mother. And when the baby comes into this position with the back of the head facing the front left of the mother, you'll notice that the baby's shoulders are diagonal to the pelvis. Okay? Now the beautiful thing about this is that the widest part of the baby is his shoulders. When he comes in diagonal, if you look at the measurements, if I was to measure the diameters of this pelvis, the widest diameter is going to be the diagonal diameter. So subhanAllah, Allah in his infinite wisdom has created this to work well, where the back of the baby's head comes into the left front of the mother in a diagonal or oblique angle for the shoulders. So the baby's head passes through the pelvis, and once the baby's head passes through the pelvis, the back of the occipital bone, which is the back of the baby's head, is pretty pronounced compared to an adult. If I look at the back of an adult's head, if I put my hand and run it down my head, there's a little slight curvature, but a baby has a much more pronounced curvature in the back of the head. The curvature in the back of the head will catch on this bone here. Now the shoulders will stay diagonal inside, but the back of the baby's head will catch here, and it will track around on this bone, like this. So the baby's head is pivoting on the neck, right? When the back of the baby's head hits here, which is the symphysis pubis area, the baby's head will extend like this, like a hinge on a door. That's the birth of your head. Now if I don't touch the baby, I don't do anything to the baby, I'm not trying to force this birth, what you'll see pretty quickly is what we call restitution. And that means that the baby's head will turn to line back up with the shoulders inside. So you'll see that external head, it's already outside the mother's body, you'll see it turn to line back up with the shoulders. Then what will happen if we just be patient, wait for the next contraction, I can see the baby's heartbeat in the fontanelles, I can see this baby's doing well. With the next contraction, what you'll see is the baby will make an internal rotation. So when he makes the internal rotation, you'll see the head rotate again, then you better be ready to catch if you're a midwife, because the baby's gonna come out at that point pretty quick. He's going to slip out like a fish. Now that's the optimal way. This position is called an LOA position. L refers to the left side of the mother. O refers to the occipital bone of the baby, and A refers to anterior. And you can kind of remember that A is for anterior, is for the front, because if you think of the letters of the alphabet and you line them up, one behind the other, A would be in the front, right? So A is anterior. The other position would be P, posterior. Back of the baby's head is posterior, or facing the back of the mother. So A is at the beginning of the alphabet, it's in the front of the alphabet. A means anterior. P is more towards the back of the alphabet, so you know that the baby is posterior. P is towards the back. And we don't want a posterior baby. You can also remember this because you can remember A's are good in school. You want an LOA baby, A's are good in school. You don't want an OP baby, the P at the end, occipital bone posterior to the mother, towards the back. PP is nejis, right? So we don't like PP, right? So we don't want an OP baby. An OP baby can be born. It doesn't mean that this baby can't be born. But what it does mean is it's going to be a harder labor for the mom. Now some babies will be born like this. They come up looking at mommy. We call it stargazing or looking at mommy. But not all of them. Many of these babies will make a 180-degree rotation to be born. Now you can imagine, compared to an LOA baby, left occipital bone anterior, the baby makes a 25-degree turn compared to the baby who's in an OP position, who's going to make a 180-degree rotation to be born. That's a baby that's going to take longer to be born. It's going to hurt more. The back of the baby's head is hard against the mother's sacrum back here. She's going to have symptoms of back labor. So those are the two main positions that we talk about, the LOA baby and the OP baby. Now you could also of course, have an LOP baby, an ROP baby, right occipital bone, posterior. You can have a direct OA baby. You could even have an ROA baby, so right side of the mother, occipital bone facing anterior. You would think an ROA baby just as good as an LOA baby. You only have to go half a turn, right? Shoulders are still coming in at the diagonal, half a turn, quarter turn actually. But the reality is these babies are hardwired to go the other way. So this baby, most likely, he could go this way, but most likely this baby is going to rotate all the way around to be born. So an ROP baby is probably going to take a heck of a lot longer than even the OP baby, right? So we're really aiming for that LOA baby. So one of the beautiful things about what you learn in Amani class is not only how the baby rotates through the pelvis, what's the most beneficial positions for the baby to be in, but also we'll teach you exercises and postures so that you can hopefully influence your baby to be in the most optimal position. So that's what I want to share with you today, and I hope I see you in a Amani class soon.